h of s. So here it is plus means you have to take minus here. Here it is minus means you have to take plus here. So please note that, no confusion there. And this is not enough to completely reduce the block diagram. We will have to look into some more type of reductions, what to do if blocks are in parallel, what to do in blocks are in series. I said parallel arrangement you have to add and multiply if you are there in series. That also I told. Now some more modifications you will have to do is this into mark is called as a compare comparator or a summing point. So sometimes some of the reductions requires the summing point to be either brought before this block, or summing point, if it is here, you will have to move it after the block. So we call it as a summing point behind or before or after a block. So in such cases, we have to focus on what happens to output before and after. Suppose as it is, if you look at this signal y, okay, so here you have a multiplied by g coming here. Up to here it is a into g. For that, at summing point here, summing point yes, if you call it as yes, summing point yes, you are adding x. So what comes here is ag plus x. Now, if you shift this summing point behind a block, if you bring it here, what happens? So now the summing point has come here behind this block. With this, let us see what to do. Other things are same. You have A, you have G, you have the output Y. Now as it is, this Y equals to AG plus X. That is what you should get. This should not be changed. What value you get at Y before and after alteration should be same. So if you put here X, if you put here X, then it is AX, sorry, A plus X into G. Okay, as it is now, if you take there X, it will be A, then here plus, then you are adding X, then whole thing multiplied by G when it comes here. So it is AG plus XG, but we should have only AG plus X, not AG plus XG. So then what to do? The modification, can you just have X here? Can you just have X here? No, because we want AG plus X. So here 1 by G, X by G, instead of X, you have to take the reciprocal of the G and multiply to X. If you bring it before a block, behind a block, that is because of this reason. So A is here. Now instead of X here, you will get X by G, then multiplying by G. So it becomes AG. That is what we want here. And X by G into G will become X. So this is how you have to verify when you want to move it before or after. That's what the same thing is done here when you are moving it after. So now the intention is to bring the summing point after G. Just you have to see what is this value before and after. So as of now, it is A plus X into G. So AG plus A plus X into G, AG plus XG. Same thing should be retained here. Now I have brought this summing point after G, and finally your answer must be, keep an eye here. It should be A plus XG. So AG is the problem, it is A into G. So X should be multiplied by G. You cannot simply join. You have to multiply with G and then connect to the summing point. Now it is AG plus XG. So this modification you will have to do when you want the summing point after a block. You have to multiply with the block value. Here you have to divide with the block value. Same thing happens when you are talking about a summing point. Summing point also, sorry, pick off point. You call it as a take off or pick off point from a signal. If you are taking some value, tapping some value, you call it pick off or take off point. This also you can just see what is the value before and after. Okay, now in the first case, a takeoff point can be moved behind a block. Now, if this has to come here, right now, what is its value? It is bringing the value A into G. Right now, its value is A into G. Okay. Now, if you bring it before here, behind this block, then this value will be only A. But you should have the same value. That means you will have to multiply with G. So only when you multiply with G, then both the values at the terminal point will be same. So you have to multiply with G when you move the takeoff point behind a block. What to do if it is after a point? So now suppose it is here, takeoff point. When you want to bring here at this point, then what to do? Here it is A, this particular value is same thing. A is coming here as X. Okay. So now X equals to A. If this takeoff point value is equals to A itself. But when you bring here, it will be AG. That means in both sides you want to have A means you have to divide by this block value. So when you divide by block value A into G, so this is 1 by G. So A, G into 1 by G, G cancel so that you get A. So here takeoff point moved, this point is moved in front after the block, divide with this value, before the block, multiply with the value. So these are some of the points that you have to remember when you do this modification. This is what is called as algebra. If in the exam, if you are asked to show some of the block diagrams reduction techniques, then all these you have to show 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and these things are to be used when you solve a problem. Okay, there are some more we will see later. Before that, let us try to apply some of these whatever we have studied so far. Say question number 1. Look at this block diagram. As I said, now onwards, don't worry about what the value of Kc, value of G2, value of G1. Definitely they have some values depending upon the system for which this block diagram is prepared. Now our aim is to see how all these blocks can be reduced to a single block like this here. Okay. So that we have to follow the, so whenever you are given with a problem, first point you have to see is are there any blocks in series? Second point you have to see, are there any blocks in parallel? Third, you have to see, are there any independent loops? Because for all these three, you know the steps ahead. If they are in parallel, you add. In series, you multiply. If it is in the independent feedback loop, that is canonical form, then you have the formula G of S divided by 1 plus or minus G of GSHS. Using that, you can simplify. If nothing is there, then you have to think of, can you summing point somewhere so that you will get to 3? Or can you move a takeoff point so that you will get one of these three, parallel, series, or independent loop, like that. It is just like your aptitude test, your logical thinking. For this problem, can somebody chat? First, are there any directly, can you see anything in series? Can you tell me Kc, G1, G2, G3, out of this, are there anything in series as it is? Yes or no? If you are, no, thank you. Are there anything in parallel? as it is? No. Okay. Then can you see any independent loop? Yes or no is enough. Yes. So this is the independent loop. If you can see the cursor, this is the independent loop. I told that this particular summing point temporarily, initially, later that is not required, can be imagined to be split into two. I told you you can split a particular summing point like this. Okay. And this one coming from KC, you can put one and another one for the G2. If you do that like this is for the next one, G2. If you do that, this particular thing can be imagined as a independent loop. So you can use the formula that is, this is forward, this is feedback. Don't think that feedback means always it should be H. In this problem, it is G only. So you can use the formula forward, that is G of S divided by, here sign is minus, divided by 1 plus G into H. That formula you can use. So that is one simplification. So that is done here. G of S, that is G1 divided by 1 plus, because it is minus here, G into H. H is G only in this case. So G1, G2. This is one simplification. So Kc here remain as it is. G3 here remain as it is. Now in the this to this you have to rewrite. Okay, I am just showing here, but in your notes or in exam, this is step 1, step 2, step 1 to step 2 you have to write. And then you can write a sentence. What you are going to do next? What you can do? At least now, can you see anything in series? Yes or no? Request all of you to respond. Yeah, yes, I see only one or two, Ria, Abhijit. Now you can see blocks are in series. That is block 1 KC, block 2 is this, and block 3 is this. Just multiply, like you multiply 1, 2, 3. KC into this block into this block. That means in the numerator, you get G1, G3 and KC. And KC, that's all. That will be your next step. So by doing that, you will come to canonical or standard form. Okay. So you will come to this step. Kc G1 G3 divided by 1 plus G1 G2. Feedback is H. This is canonical form. You can simplify using 1 plus or minus G of S. In this case, this yellow block value is your G of S divided by H of S. So you will have to have this simplification done here. G of S, H of S equals to, or the transfer function CS, C of S by R of S equals to G of S divided by 1 plus or minus GSHS. This is the formula to reduce to the final transfer function. So using that, our G of S is this Kc G1 G3 divided by 1 plus G1 G2 divided by 1 plus, because here our sign is minus. So here it is minus. So 1 plus G of S, that is this value, into H of S. H of S is equal to H. Now it is your mathematics. Just you can take 1 plus G1 G2 as LCM, so that this 1 will become 1 plus G1 G2. Okay. Then this value will be G of S, H of S. Then this is Kc G1 G3 into H. Okay. Then LCM, you both side you cancel out numerator and denominator. So finally you get K1 G1 Kc G1 G3 divided by 1 plus G1 G2 plus Kc G1 G3 H. So any doubt is there? You can just ask me. So if this is now quite simple, you may get some problems where there are so many terms. Okay, then you can just use your some of the logics like one Umesh sir was telling. One of the simplest ways to just look at this Kc G1 G3 divided by 1 plus G1 G2. For this you just multiply H here. 1 plus G1 G2, you can see here 1 plus G1 G2 Kc G1 G3, Kc G1 G3 multiply with H and keep it here. Okay, this will be as it is, everything numerator as it is, denominator as it is. Add one more term to denominator after multiplying numerator with the feedback value. You can do one or two problem, you can verify this answer and later you can follow. So that may help you saving some time. Any doubts here? Because these are all the initial problems. As we move along, we will see this is the final form. Laplace input, Laplace output. Then you can write it as Laplace output divided by Laplace input equals to Kc G1 G3 1 plus G2 whatever we got. So question number 2. Have a look at this problem. If you have a pencil or a pen or a paper, you can keep it ready and note down this problem. For your simplification, I have written there are two summing points as S1, S2, and there are two takeoff points. This is one takeoff point T1, and this is the second takeoff point T2. And now see, are there any straight away any parallel blocks or series? Can somebody say yes or no? Parallel? Any blocks are in parallel directly? If not, do you find any blocks in series? Let us simplify them first, if they are. I hope you understand what is meant by parallel, what is meant by series. You have to see the arrow mark, two blocks. Now you may say that G3 and G1 are in series. G3 and G1. That cannot be because in between summing point is there. No summing point, no takeoff point must appear in between. If I join here G1 and G3, then you can say G1 and G3 are in parallel. But this is not there. It is taken before the summing point. So now your answer for parallel and series arrangement, do you find anything in this problem directly? Okay. Why so many are there? Only one or two always show interest in answering. Others. Okay. My next question, do you find any independent loop with one forward, one backward? Ilya says yes. Yeah. There is an independent loop, but as it is, you may not find it. Please see that this takeoff point T2, have a look at it, can be split or can be understood as two paths. One path you can just join to H2, other path you can keep it same because same signal is flowing in both the case. I hope you understand that what I said. Sometimes it may not look like this part I am telling here. This particular thing can be split. If there are one path or two path or three path, you can simply split it because same signal is coming. So one direct like this. If there is one more, you can just take it and just join it. If there is one more also, you can just take and join it. If it is same here, 1, 2, 3, three paths coming from here. Here, takeoff point has 3 branches here. Okay, like this, here only 2 are there. Here takeoff point has only 2 branch, 1 and 2. Then the next problem, there may be 3. That you can imagine to have split into 3 separate branches. No problem, because same signal. So if you do like that, then this G1, this S2, H2, and this particular, if you imagine here, it will become a independent loop, and you can solve it using the G of S divided by 1 plus or minus GSHS formula, and reduce it to one block. And S2 also. You need not show it as a separate step, but if it is difficult to realize, you can split that summing point into 2 summing points like this. One you can keep it like this, another you can join it with this independent loop, so that you will not have any problem in understanding this independent loop. This is forward, this is backward with H2, and this one like this. Okay, so that it will be easy. This you can do in mind. For everything you need not show. So then this you reduce, and then what happens? Let us see. First do that. Where is that eraser gone? Okay. Split the takeoff point here after this whatever I said, that is modified. This takeoff point T2 here is separated here. Initially it was like this, then it was shown as T2, H2 separately, H1 separately. Then this S2, the summing point, is also split like this, S2 and S3. These things you can do in mind, and finally your diagram after this. And here one modification is shown here, like you have to move the summing point S2 before G1. This S2, after splitting, S3 will become a loop, and S2 should be moved before G1. S2 brought here. Okay. So what is the rule? If a summing point is moved before a block, just remember. If you don't remember, right now what is the value here before moving here, and after moving here, same value should come. Okay. So here means up to here G1 it is coming, and G3 is getting added here with minus sign. Now if the summing point is coming before G1, you got it? And what should be the value of G3? Okay, already it is shown here. It is G3 by G1. So if you bring it before, divide by G1. Either you can remember it as a ready-made formula, or you can just check the value also. So in problems ahead, because already shown here, in the problems ahead, I can show you why it should be divided. Okay. If you can remember, no problem. That is very good. So it is brought here with this. So if you bring this S2 before here, and then interchange S1 and S2. S1 and S2 can be interchanged also. If you see any summing point like this, you can interchange. You can bring S2 here, you can bring S3 here. So after bringing S2 here, and it is brought one step further here, we don't call it as a separate operation. Shifting S2 after S1, nothing is there, just interchange, because no value is coming in between. So that this will serve you as a one particular loop. Any doubt is there, you can ask me. Rest all are kept here. Okay. So S2 is here, this particular thing S1, and it is joined to S1. because interchange. So S2 is separately taken. This is one loop. This is another loop. So I have told you about splitting this T2. I have told you about splitting this S2, and I explained you what to do when you are bringing a summing point after G1. So all combined here is giving you this particular network. Now you can identify series, parallel, independent loop. Everything is simple. So initially it will take some time to look at the block diagram and think of all these. So now wherever loop is there, this can be simplified with loop formula. So that is G2 divided by 1 plus G2H2. Okay, though this is minus here, 1 plus G2H2. That will make this block and this particular block in series. You can multiply G1, G2, that is shown here. Okay, so this G1, G2 now will be in series. So that can be simplified. This particular loop is simplified as G1, G2 divided by 1 plus G2H2 divided by, because now it is a loop, divided by the forward function G1, G2, 1 plus G2H2 into H1 plus, because it is minus here. This is feedback loop. Now this is a parallel arrangement. Add feed forward, we say both are in the same direction. It is feed forward or parallel. It is feed back. So it is a loop formula. This is a forward. So just add. What is that? Here nothing is there means 1 is there. You have to consider here one direct arrow mark means 1 is there, this value. So 1 plus G3 by G1. 1 plus G3 by G1. So that is this value. Okay. So here it is same. Take LCM. 1 plus G2H2. Later you can cancel. Okay. So you get it as G1, G2. 1 plus G2H2. Okay. Plus G1, G2, H1. As I said that this particular keep as it is. G1, G2 divided by 1 plus G2, H2 up to here. Keep as it is. The third term, you have to just multiply this one with H1. This G1, H1, the numerator. G1, G2, then feedback. Just multiply and keep here as third factor. If you don't want to do LCM and all. So directly you can write the answer. So write their value. So for this loop, 1 block. For this loop, 1 block. Now final answer is multiply that. Just multiply. If anything is common, you can cancel out G1, G1. Okay. So in that way, you can get the final answer CS by RS equals to this value. I have taken 2 simple problems. And Umesh sir, what is the time?
36, sir. 9:36. We can stop it.
Yeah. I can give this problem. Let them start doing.
Yeah. Kindly note down all of you in your notebook. Try
Okay,
to do it and come.
Yeah. Next class, we can verify the answer. Meanwhile, anybody has any doubt in the 2 problem we have solved, or any doubts in the block diagram so far, whatever we have discussed, you can unmute and talk to me or chat. Others can leave the class. Thank you very much. Have a good day. I will wait for another 5 minutes, 5 or 4 minutes.